But I call it a gift. Exhibit make the whole continent shift. Yeah, you invade your territory in a blaze of glory. A soldier story, living off nothing but instinct. Bitch niggas continue to floss and lip sync, and I'ma just continue to float. But rocking the boat, probably smoke $300,000 in dope. Don't make my desert eagle barrel touch the back of your throat. Always approach niggas that's known for killing your folks. Be surprised who could turn around and bust on y'all. Catch your mother or your sister coming out of the mall. Bang hoes through they coats and they Macy bags. No retaliation, you basically running with fags. In these streets, you only good as your last transaction. Funny style, and these niggas ain't laughing. Y'all got it all fucked up in 0-0. Think life is a video for last action heroes. Face the price you pay for the games you play. When it's all said and done, at the end of the day, you gotta get your walk on, get your head right. I know you feeling this shit. Shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Get your walk on, get your head right. I know you feeling this shit. Shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Judge and jury don't get your case dismissed. When I get pissed to smash through the makeshift. Uplift, thump this, make your shit knock. Hypnotical, hard rock that don't flop. It's the best thing, cracker, my nigga. Lot of rappers talk and flash the trigger, but don't never deliver. From the home of the toe tag, low riders and body bags. Earthquakes, police with automatics and nerve gas. Learn fast or get left behind quick. You testify, you get wrapped in plastic. Exhibit, turn your SUV into a casket. Melt your body parts in a tub full of sulfuric acid. Drastic measures we take just to get by. For all the shit you gotta go through to get high. Stand by, do or die for the West Coast. Wanna fuck with Exhibit but can't come close, motherfucker. Get your walk on, get your head tight. I know you feeling this shit, this shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Get your walk on, get your head tight. I know you feeling this shit, shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Tell y'all people to call my people. Recognize all men are not created equal. I'm lethal. All y'all faggots remain see-through. Only the kid from the 6th sense can peep you. When I get through, the world will be a better place. A little Jesus Christ mixed with some leather face. Go find some punch to spike. Find some dope to lace. Pull a pistol from my waist. Nigga, reach for space. Smack the taste out of your mouth if you talk shit. Or hit so hard to the chin and make it backflip. My transcript, #1 up in this conference. It's nonsense. All your niggas want is conflict. Only associate with pros and the convicts. Exhibit roll up in the spot with a bomb bitch. And then bounce with a couple motherfucker tussle. You never have enough muscle to stop a nigga hustle. Get your walk on, get your head tight. I know you feeling this shit, shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Get your walk on, get your head tight. I know you feeling this shit, shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Get your walk on, get your head tight. I know you feeling this shit, shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up. Get your walk on, get your head tight. I know you feeling this shit, shit is dead right. Get your bounce on, back that ass up. Bitch, pass me the bottle, fill your glass up.
From the top to the bottom,
Bottom to top I stop.
at the core I forgot.
In the middle of my thoughts,
Taking far from my safety,
the picture's there.
the memory won't escape
But
me.
why should I care?
From the top to the bottom,
Bottom to top I stop.
at the core I forgot.
In the middle of my thoughts,
Taking far from my safety,
the picture's there.
the memory won't escape
But
me.
why should I care? There's a place so dark you can't see the end. Skies cocked back, shock at which can't defend. The rain then sends dripping, acidic questions, forcefully the power of suggestion. Then with the eyes shut, looking through the rust and rotten dust, a small spot of light floods the floor and pours over the rusted world of pretend. And the eyes ease open and it's dark again.
From the top to the bottom,
Bottom to top I stop.
at the core I forgot.
In the middle of my thoughts,
Taking far from my
the
safety,
picture's there.
the memory won't escape me.
But why should I care?
In the memory you'll find me as burning up. The darkness holding me tightly until the sun rises up.
Moving bumping all around, screaming of the ups and downs. Pollution manifested in perpetual sound. The wheels go round and the sunset creeps behind street lamps. Chain link and concrete, a little piece of paper with a picture drawn. Floats on down the street till the wind is gone. And the memory now is like the picture was then. When the paper's crumpled up, it can't be perfect again.
From the top to the bottom
To top I stop.
at the core I forgot.
In the middle of my thoughts,
Taking power from my safety.
the picture's there.
The memory won't escape me.
Why should I care?
Alright, we're gonna cut off audio because we were actually ready to start earlier than I thought. Put that up. Hello.
Hello?
Okay, this is the impromptu return because we couldn't think of another name of State of the Front, but hopefully this will be pretty consistent because we're trying to do, I want to try and do this like kind of, maybe not weekly, but at the end of every big event in the major. Anyway, surprise tied to the stream, people have noticed it already. A huge thanks, I cannot say enough thanks to KJC Dave, who sadly is not awake right now. But he has basically given us a rebrand. He made a logo for us. He has been doing everything that is coming to be new for the stream, aside from a couple things that J-Man has done for us as well. But the majority of it goes to Dave. I asked him for help, and he was more than willing to help, and he's done a hell of a lot more than I could have ever asked for. So, yeah, we're basically rebranded, brand new logo. Things are going to look cleaner. We're going to have a lot of stuff to show about the stream at the end of this. Who is the better admin? Oh, boy. A lot of stuff is going to be basic, like the Discord banner is pretty bad right now. This is a very scuffed State of the Front overlay I put together to get us going through this. But I think the main reason everybody's here is we're going to talk about the major, the changes to the major, what's going to be new about it this year. Let's see, there's something I was going to say. I can't think of right now, but we'll leave it off there. Let me bring up the list of changes. That's actually probably...
Someone just dropped 15k on me.
Oh, we've got the 15 frag show. That'll also be updated for the major, by the way. We're no longer going to have stuff like this. Hang on a second here. Maybe not. Yeah, there we go. That might make it easier to read. Actually, you know what? We'll just... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We might not go over this in order, and there might be more to it than meets the eye, but this is a very broad term, or broad list of everything that's changing. What?
A darky on background.
Bro, yeah, we're going way back when here.
Oh man, that's a balanced class on that map.
I guess we'll start with the first thing on the list. All teams are going to be in a single group stage this year. We're not going to split into two groups. Everybody's going to play each other. This does mean that we're going to put the playoffs is going to be smaller. It depends on the size of the tournament itself. But this way, everybody gets to play each other. The math works out to where it's roughly the same amount of matches played if we did split groups in a longer playoff. So and then the theory is it'll be the same amount of time for the tournament. I think a lot of people would prefer to play everybody as opposed to playing in separate groups.
Team 3 times.
You don't like playing the same team 3 times?
Nope.
Excellent analysis. This is Aditya's 5 FPS frag show. This is not all the frag shows. This is Aditya's specifically. You just can't see the kill feed.
Nice.
Please skip. I would have to. You're making me do work here. Hang on.
Yeah, this is pretty painful to watch.
There you go.
This FPS.
Let's see. Let's talk about stuff that I don't have to bring up slides for, or well, not slides, but text. So we'll move to Conquest itself. Conquest, the changes we're talking about, we're probably going to be keeping is 10-second spawn timer for this tournament alone. After the tournament, we'll discuss whether or not we keep it in, period. There is not a 2022 Summer Major hype vid yet. That will be made by the time things start. I guess that we should have started with that. So Major's officially announced, obviously. signups will be starting probably this weekend, and then we'll be ending the last weekend or last weekend of May or the first weekend of June. So look for those to start this weekend.
Nice.
So 10-second spawn timer. And we're going to make Conquest Clone Wars only. And Dubs, you can talk about a little bit if you want. The reasoning behind making it Clone Wars only.
I mean, basically just for class versatility. And a lot of the complaints from many people have been that Conquest is just NG only. So I think Jet and Magna are very viable and on a lot of different maps, to be honest. Poison is very strong in Conquest. Being able to fly can be very strong in Conquest, especially on a map like Mustafar. You can get up top on base 4. You can go down to base 3 and then just fly back up. So I think that making CW only Conquest will add a lot of spice to it, and will help some of the players that don't enjoy NG only out a lot.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I think NG still will obviously be very strong in Conquest, but there's will be more options for players that don't want to play NG.
Yeah, I think it is worth noting, I did not include it on this list. The sole exception to this right now, barring some changes in the next few weeks, is Italia. Italia will remain Galactic Civil War only. We think Jet would be too OP on the roofs. There is some discussion about ways around this, like perhaps preventing the Jet from going outside the map, but that would require playtesting, so it may not be viable with the amount of time we have left till the tournament starts. Let's see. We're talking about captains a bit. So I think a lot of people, when they think about a captain in a draft, they think that they have to do the draft itself. They have to manage their team. They have to schedule with their team, and they have to, schedule scrims or put in basically putting in majority of the effort. I think it turns a lot of people off from being a captain. I would like to give some insight here. You only really have to do those things if you want to. You can draft players around you that will help you with it. There is going to be match scheduling channels again. We're continuing onward with everything we've done from every other tournament. The match scheduling channels can handle the scheduling, where even if admins have to step in, make a win to meet, or whatever else may be needed to get the match scheduled. You guys don't have to schedule it yourself. You guys primarily just need to be responsible for the draft. So the goal for this tournament specifically is we're going to try and keep captains within the same skill set, whether that means we're, starting at the Baron and Kimu of last year or the Kratos. But we're going to try and keep everybody within a similar ranked or skill set, as opposed to last year, where it felt like there was a large disparity between the first and second team and the 9th and 10th, and even the 8th, technically. So I would encourage you guys, if you want to try some... I would encourage you guys, if you want to try something new, step up, be captain. You guys just need to take care of the draft, maybe get some scrims in with your team. It's a different look, and I can tell you from people that have tried it, they actually didn't entirely hate it, and some people actually enjoyed it. So you could definitely learn a thing or two from it. As someone who has been captain for 3 majors in a row, I have learned every single year.
Even I was captain once.
True.
A long time ago.
Back in 2019, yeah.
Me drafting Ryan as my first pick. Those were the days.
That team this day and age would be kind of good.
True. I mean, really, we just got killed by the 1 spec rule.
True. And it ended up being close between... Yeah, it went to fucking double overtime because of Hoth.
And we threw on that OT, but oh well. It was all Ryan's fault.
Well, Raul, your schedule is not my fault. I'm sorry. What is the general time frame this tournament will take place? Probably 2 months, give or take. So it's going to start, probably the draft will be the first week of June or second week of June, and then the tournament will start either that weekend or the following weekend. And you're looking at probably roughly 2 months of gameplay. That can be shorter or longer depending on when you get knocked out, if you don't.
There are going to be a lot of group stage matches. You're playing everybody, so we're probably going to be very strict on those deadlines too. So that'll be on time, at least. Playoffs, maybe it'll be a little more wiggle room, but group stage is definitely going to be strict on scheduling.
Yeah, I think it's also worth noting, captains, if you do decide, like people who are considering and want to step up and be a captain, do not be afraid to tell us, and also lean on us if you need help with scheduling, if you need help with, how to do, your draft. Admins can help you with that. The admins being the actual Discord admins, and then the tournament organizers don't reach out to mods. They don't know what's going on in tournaments. So, aside from what you guys know for the most part. Let's see. Elimination matches will end on the clinch. So we're changing this also this year. Previously, you could play it all out if the losing team wanted to, regardless. This time, if a team is being eliminated, so the loser's bracket of playoffs, if it's clinched on 3 maps, we're going to end the series. There's not really any reason to keep it going. There's been plenty of playtime up to that point. And we just feel this would be better. It'll also expedite things. It'll also put maybe cleaner things for fantasy and such like that. So, minor change overall, but worth noting. I see Stud has arrived. Stud, if you want to hear the talks about CW only CQ, you'd have to go back in the stream. Okay, I go back to school August 20th, so I should be fine to sign. You should be relatively fine to sign up, yes. You guys don't be afraid to ask questions, by the way. Ace is asking questions. Stud came in with kind of a question, I guess, but we've already answered it. Let's see. I guess we'll talk about the first slide. Let's which one do you want to do? So we got map pool, pick and ban changes, or the timer on picks and bans.
I think timer on picks and bans, and then map pool, and then the pick ban changes. Maybe.
All right. We'll bring up the mock. We'll bring up the mock pick ban I've typed out here. That looks really small now. I hope you guys can read that. If you can't, tell me, I'll make it bigger.
Oh, well, that's kind of pick ban changes there. We can just do pick ban changes. And,
yeah, this will be like a blanket thing we can talk about. So we'll explain the text here in just a second. In fact, you know what? I'll move it down here. You should be able to read it down there. We'll explain the text here in just a second. The big change we're making to the bans and picks this year. Bans and picks are going to be mode specific, which means there is more bans total, which we'll explain in a second. Mode specific, and you can pick the same map and different mode. So like if Mustafar Conquest and CTF is open, a team can pick Mustafar Conquest and then the other team can pick Mustafar CTF. You will see possibly double maps in the series. Because maps play different in different modes, we feel that there's no longer a need for a blanket overall, and teams, so it was a way to steal a map per se from a team that they felt comfortable on by picking the opposite mode. A good example would be last year, people like Scrim Ready picking Moss CQ.
I think Moss and Korra are the big, I guess Mustafar too are the big offenders of that.
Yeah, I guess that would be the case. I guess you could technically say Dago, but I don't think anybody picked Dago Conquest to seal Dago CTF, so... yeah, that's the main thing to go over there. So, like, you could see a double map in a series. Now we'll talk about the bans and picks themselves. Obviously, we're moving to mode-specific bans because of allowing teams to pick the same map regardless of mode. There we go. We're going to do one conquest ban per each. The reasoning for this, I believe, is there is...
smaller conquest pool.
I think there's 6. Yeah, there's 6 total conquest maps in the pool this year, so one ban each leaves 4 maps in the pool. If we had done what we originally thought, which was 2 CTF bans and 2 conquest bans, you would have left 2 conquest maps in the pool. Pretty small amount to pick from if a team is conquest centric. So you're just doing 1 ban per each.
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go. He answered it for you.
We're not there yet.
There will be 2 CTF bans per team. That's obviously the largest map pool in the pool. Map pool in the pool? Mode pool in the pool.
True.
And there will be 1 hardpoint ban per team. The reasoning for this is hardpoint, which I guess we can officially say will be in the major, is fairly new. We don't think it'll be super popular, and this will enable teams to kind of, I think, feel hardpoint out if they choose to. And there is a chance for 4 hardpoint maps because J-Man is working on Necro if it is done in time. The other big thing I want to talk about picks and bans. Teams will now pick their starting side on their opponent's map pick. It will not be a blanket, you start on white or brown. It will be specific to the map now. We decided to do this change because most shooters, whether we're esports quote unquote or not, do it this way. They let the opponent pick their starting side on the opponent's map pick. And then map order, because of this, is going to be randomized. We kind of tried to figure out ways that would be fair to give a team the decision between picking and like map order per se, but we felt picking would be too strong. So the overall consensus was we would just randomize the map order. This could be revisited after this year, but that is the general gist of picks and bans, I think. If there's nothing, you got anything to add to that?
No.
Okay. What was the next one you wanted to do?
I think just map pool in general.
Yeah, you can talk about this one if you want. I got it up on this screen, so
I'm gonna need to pull it up. Okay. Yes. So you can see we split it up into the 3 modes. We've got Coruscant in all 3 modes: Mustafar, Tantive. Tantive and Conquest will be the version with the Jabba CPs for the home bases. Other than that, everything's pretty standard. Keck W will be into the pool. And yeah, I think that's pretty much just the same from rank scrims.
Missing a big removal.
Am I?
Black screen.
Oh yes, Balmora lovers. Sorry, but there's just too many black screen users now, so Balmora will be out of the pool. But I think there are enough hybrid kind of sniper maps available, because I think Balmora is a bit more of a hybrid map, so there is still stuff for hybrid teams to go to. Sniper teams, there are options now. Keck W in the pool. Look forward to seeing that in a major.
Yeah, we threw sniper players a bone. Now you guys can't get banned out. Although I think the change to mode specific bans would also made it harder to ban out. So that is the map pool for this year. And if you guys have any questions regarding that, feel free to ask. I forgot to thank it, but now that Stormy's here, I will thank it. Stormy, ISO, and Londo, thank you for your subs. Shameless plug as always. Any and all subs go to funding the BCL, primarily the servers, and it has been a huge help to us. We haven't. The admins haven't had to pay out of pocket for servers in months. So you guys do a lot for us just by subbing to the channel, whether it's with your Prime or Tier 1 subscription. So thank you. We appreciate it a lot. Let's see, what was the other one that I'm trying to think of here?
Renvar, GCW, CQ. Feels bad. Oh, still CW, CQ. Don't worry, Baron Red.
Correct. There is no GCW, though. We did mock pick ban. The listed changes up. Let me see. Did I miss something? Got to bring up my own list on the stream so I can see it. I don't think so. We really talked. Oh, the timer. That was what I was missing. I don't think we touched on that during the pick and ban phase. So you guys will notice at the top of this text, there is now a timer on the bans and picks for the system. Actually, I got more to touch on that, but that also ties into the stream. You guys now have 2 minutes per map ban, and you have 3 minutes for a pick. The admin is going to have a timer running. If you guys skip it, you lose a ban. Obviously, for the pick, we're not going to just straight up say you can't play any map at all, but for the ban itself, you will just lose the ban. So if you take 2.5 minutes to ban a Conquest map, you're going to lose the Conquest ban. So come prepared. Decide what maps you want to ban, decide what you want to pick. Don't lollygag.
Now you have a week to prepare for these matches, so there's really no excuse to not come prepared. That's part of just being on a team in the major, is that you show up and have stuff ready. So coming and being like, let me check on every single pick ban.
What ranks do you think captains will be? It's going to be the same, roughly. I guess mid to high tier silver now. It was gold previously to the gold, but we're going to try and keep it as condensed as we can. I still encourage anybody that wants to be captain to DM somebody, whether it's myself, Doves, or any other tournament organizer, and let them know. and we will compile a list. If we do not have enough captains, people will be asked, so expect DMs if you do not apply. I think that is generally everything. Is there anything that you can think of that I missed?
Can you back to the list?
Yeah, I'll bring it back up.
We did the stream start thing?
No, we haven't talked about that stuff yet. I was going to kind of tie it into everything else with the stream, but I guess we can start that now. So stream's going to be done differently this year. In addition to having in addition to having server rules. Oh, good question. I wanted to touch on this anyway. Server rules will be generally the same as we've been following. If it is applicable, we will do split. We have been doing split a lot more, as much as we can anyway. The primary states to look for that can't do this is Texas and California. Texas, for some reason, pings ridiculously high to London and Amsterdam right now. I think actually just Amsterdam, but London doesn't work. To Amsterdam, and then obviously California does as well. If you have either of those players on your team, it will be full NYC. The thing is with the major, because of the way the draft works, you will likely play NYC if you're a UU player. What about Mississippi, bro? What do you get to Amsterdam, Ace? Tell me. But there's
like 120, I think, right?
But there's gonna be ping caps that were the same as roughly the same as the 3v3. But it's gonna be a bunch of NYC just because of the way draft works.
Yeah, when the Euros are spread out, it usually just leads to a lot of NYC.
I cannot give you guys specific numbers. What if my team is full? Then if you choose to play split, you're going to play split every single match. So you'll have to pick there, Oscar. You're going to be the decider. If you want to play full NYC, you can because you're a California player. If you want to play split, you're going to be playing split for almost to every single match. We're not going to make exceptions and changes. Disconnect rules.
Pick your server based on team that you want to play against.
I guess we can. Disconnect rules can tie into sub rules or pauses. Teams can pause as always. As always, we don't have a way to pause the game. We can't just stop the timer, stop people from moving like other games do. So if a team chooses not to pause, even though it is the kind and gentleman thing to do, we can't make them. So yeah, it's. I think you'll see most teams will pause if somebody DCs, but we can't force a team to pause.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that nobody pauses.
Yeah. And as for sub rules, I mean, if it's an emergency, we will allow subs, but generally speaking, if you start the match, you'd expect to play all of the match. I guess we can start talking about streams. So streaming is going to be done differently this year. In addition to the complete overhaul, remake, whatever you want to call it, that we're having, rebrand, I guess, that we're having. I'm not going to answer that, Ace. We are going to have an analysis segment per se every single match, which will start roughly 10 to 15 minutes before the match is scheduled to happen. We're going to talk about the tournament overall. We're going to talk about the teams playing, expectations if it's the first time these teams are playing. And we're going to do like analysis from previous majors about, you know, the maps that are at play and such like that. And expectations and such. You guys are welcome to ask if you can do this. Like, I think a big name that gets thrown around for this type of stuff is Che. You're more than welcome to come on board with this. You just got to DM one of us. We'll be more than happy to bring you into it. If others would like to do this, you are more than welcome to. If you are trolling or if you have no idea what you're doing, I'm going to take you out of it fast. So don't do it if you don't know what you're doing. Just fair warning. I'll do it in a nice way, but you're not going to continue to do it. Explain PEDs to me, because I am dumb and don't know what that means.
That's toxic, Vishy.
I immediately said yes, so I don't know. Performance. Oh, of course, yes. You can take Alderall if you like. We're not going to say anything. Yeah. There you go. I take pre-workout before every match. That's why I jitter everywhere. The way map picks and bans are going to be done, they're going to be done entirely over text now. It's going to be tied into this analysis segment that we're going to be doing. They're going to be appearing on stream as it happens, but instead of being in voice, this is now going to be done through text. It will be done by the team captains unless a team captain designates somebody specifically. So yeah, that's another change that's going to be happening for stream stuff that doesn't tie into the graphical changes. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything here. I don't think so. So we can move on to the new stuff for the stream, I suppose. I'm going to pull up an image for you guys. It's going to be pretty cool. I hope you guys like what we have coming for you. This is, well, aside from, what is that? Oh, it's the text. Hi. This is
Boaz goaded team. Holy.
This is going to be what the in-game overlay is going to work like for the major and anything else from here on out. It's going to update in real time. Points and deaths will update as well. Names are going to go dark when people are dead. And yeah, you're going to have a lot more information at your disposal, and it's going to look a lot better than what I had previously done. This is all done by Dave, by the way, with the help of J-Man for the hook into the game. So give those guys a huge shout out. They did a lot of work to make this happen, tied it in together, worked on it together. So yeah, that's the end game overlay. Now this is what the start is going to look like. It'll look something like this. We're still working on it. There'll be a bit of change to it. But this is, you know, we're going to have a YouTube playlist, which will be updated. By the way, I'm not going to leave it as it is. Working in that corner there. And it'll also have the Discord going. And the music. Does it have the music going? Is it only going to look like this if you stream? The ideal world is no. I'm going to explain how this stuff works, and we are going to have a recorded video on how to set this up, but it's entirely up to the streamer. I'm not going to make guys set this up if they don't want me. Will teams be alphabetical or by rank? Explain what you mean. Oh yeah, the music will be in the background for the hype. Well, so the way that'll work, I'll have a JSON, which is a OBS file for everybody to download. I will have a folder for everybody to download that'll have all the images to tie into this. And player list. It's going to be, so that's not how that works technically. It's just going to be whatever the program decides, and it's going to be ascending. So I don't think it'll be alphabetical or by rank.
Probably puts the person who died most recently at the bottom, but I don't know. But
the flickering is fixed from the Excel sheets, so you're not going to see that anymore. And like I said, as when people die, their names will gray out until they spawn back in. Team names by subs, please. What? Am I dumb? Are we going to require people to be... This is still being thrown around. We might for listen-ins. The key problem with this is if somebody joins a voice channel, but during a game, they're going to hear a ding as soon as somebody joins, and somebody leaves, and that can be kind of distracting. So I don't know if that's going to actually be a thing. We would like this to be a thing. And we'll see if we might be able to figure a way around this through a bot or something. But
it also have to be the streamer to do it, and then they'd be cut off from their caster, and it'd be there's a lot of stuff we'd have to work out if we want to.
If it's possible to do it through a bot where they don't have to move channels, we'll probably do it that way. But I can't guarantee that. The ding would be nice, though. I can stop flaming when I hear it.
True.
Can't you have the players turn on streamer mode on Discord? True, you could do that. Just unmute or mute the source. don't know about that one. Is there a gilded trophy? There is not a gilded trophy. You'll probably get the same Discord role with its nice little golden trophy next to your name if you win.
If you want to make a trophy emoji roll, I'll see what I can do. Photoshop a nice trophy.
Prize
emoji.
pool anyone? Depending on the...
Probably a little bit late to start talking about a prize pool if we wanted to fund it.
If you guys wanted to donate for this, we could consider it. We do have ways for this to work. Like I said, it is, like he said, it is pretty late. It would need quite a bit of a movement behind it. We can put it in suggestions or even polls. Yeah, well, the last person that did that isn't with us anymore.
The general problem with prize pools is that you generally don't want to give it all to one team, and then if you do end up spreading it out, it's just kind of very little for each player, so it's usually not worth it.
It would just depend on the amount, kind of, I guess. Can you fix spend? Are you talking about in Discord? Yes, it'll be fixed eventually. I have a thunderstorm outside. I may lose power.
Nah.
Is there any other questions?
Oh yeah, Sean is going to be admin too. By the way, we did take his suggestion very seriously, and he's got it.
I don't know if you can tell, but
Sean is staff.
I don't know if you can tell, but my technical right hand man is trolling right now. It's not so serious.
I would never troll.
Yeah, screwed. That's what he's saying. It's by the order people join. There's no way to make that technically. Well, not no way, but it would be a bit more difficult, I imagine. I'm not a programmer.
Coordinate with your team if you want to be on top.
Yeah, I do want to
spam that refresh.
I guess it's worth stating now, but I will also state it to begin with. Please, if we're doing team names this year, which we will be obviously, do tags. Don't put your full team name in your name. That makes your name cut off on the overlay, which we can't really necessarily fix. We gave it a bit more room this year as opposed to previous years, but yeah, we just need we need people to. That's not how it works, Crude. It's in a program. It's in a program that does it all by itself. We don't create that stuff. That is all automated. Basically, the days of photoshopping people's names onto it is gone.
It's also, if you have a super long tag, it's kind of hard for us to swap in WebAdmin if it's too long, and we can't tell who's who. But usually we haven't run into too much of an issue with that.
Yeah, the primary issue is just it was impossible to tell in game who was who.
Like Scrim Ready.
Yeah, we've made.
It was no one had any idea who the 3 Scrim Ready members were. No, it was just Kitty.
Yeah, basically. But yes, we have made a lot of improvements. A lot of this stuff is automated for us now. The overlay itself we don't do much to it. It's going to be a part of the OBS, and that's about it.
No, huge thanks to J-Man once again for getting that stuff working.
J-Man and Dave for condensing it and changing it into what that beautiful image is. So can never thank both of those guys enough. They put a lot of work into this. Dave doing it both for us now and BFH. So we really appreciate it. Any other questions? As we see TY Jam and TY Div getting spammed.
Chase from Georgia. They don't have great education.
Ace was the one who said it first.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Well, that makes more sense.
He's from Mississippi.
Yeah. Amazing. The guy who's away at college right now can't spell.
Yeehaw! Oh, he's from Texas. My bad.
Didn't you live in Europe too at one point?
Did he?
I think he did. Ace used to live in Europe. Been around. Germany for 4 years. Explains a lot. Explain why he made a sniper map.
Yeah, no wonder. The Germans love. And no wonder he's cracked at the game.
Well, not all of them love it. I do know of a few people in Germany that do not like Kick W, but I think it's a solid.
Do their tags start with S?
No.
Oh,
Pretty sure Superman likes that.
if there, and I think another thing to talk about, if there's something you would like changed about being a captain that would help you become one, feel free to bring it up in suggestions or bring it up with somebody. We'd love to see more captains because I think the whole idea of being one is kind of off-putting, but it's actually kind of fun once you do it.
Yeah, being able to draft your team's OP.
Yeah.
If you're the guy that says, "Man, I don't like these guys on my team," well, come be a captain. You get to pick.
I know you do, Oscar. We'll try and make it happen. Just depends on who wants to be one.
He's trying to make it happen in rank scrims right now.
Well, I know that.
I'm just kidding.
I want to be a lieutenant. Sorry, we don't do that. We stop at captain. If the captains are around the same level, how is it just that? Well, nobody is truly 50-50. I don't think.
We'll use the ranks as a baseline, and then we'll decide from there.
If you guys want insight into how this all worked, last year we took ranks as a baseline, then we gave a tier list to everybody, which is what BFH does, by the way, for their drafts, and it worked fairly well. So that's probably what will happen again, and then the tier list will decide the order of captains. I make a prize pooling it. No, that's not how that works. You can't bribe your way to first pick. Sorry.
Yeah, I think part of the problem with last year's captains was that Sniper did improve a ton because he was grinding a lot with IL and with his team, so it kind of hurt there. But I think everybody who's going to be a captain this year has been around for a while at this point, so it should be a bit smoother this time.
Nice pay to win. Thankfully, BCL's incorruptible, right? Right.
True. We do have Vishy as staff, though. All right, can we talk about removing Vishy from staff?
You can bring it up if you like. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think we were.
If you want to remove Vishy from staff, just say so in the chat, please.
BCL Pepe, if you like.
Oh, also, I think one thing is important to note. We are going to be a bit stricter on if you've been super inactive in just the Discord in general and then past majors, there's a chance that we are just going to deny your sign up. So, for example, I think Vader and Yoni have, they sign up for a tournament, they don't play any scrims, they don't play any matches, or they play like a couple matches, but we really want you to be active. So you have a warning now. If you want to play in the major, please just try to get in as many scrims as you can. I mean, it's not you have to play in every scrim. Just one a week even is fine.
Yeah.
One every 2 weeks even is fine. But when people are just hitting 0 scrims the entire major, it's not fair to your team. And it just kind of makes the tournament as a whole kind of off. If people are trying to schedule around you and you just don't have time. So yeah, just make sure that if you are going to sign up, that you do have time to play with your team, without your team. I think that's it.
Movement AD rules are the same for everybody except for Crude. Crude is actually going to have to unbind those from his game.
Yeah, WoW, like someone like WoW has showed that he's able to show up to all the matches. So it's not stuff like that we're worried about. It's people that don't scrim and kind of just dodge matches too, which we've had.
Yeah, we're talking. To be specific here, guys, we're talking about people that sign up for summer and then don't play at all or hardly at all. And not only that, they may not even show up for the scheduled channel in their Discord or whatever else. So we're just asking that you show that you're willing to be active during the tournament. Because we have previous baselines to go off of. We had those with Vader and Yoni too, but the thing is that he didn't play hardly at all, and it handicapped certain people in certain teams. Both of those players in specific one team. But you guys we need to know that you're going to be active for the tournament. I mean, it's regardless of what we are, it is a tournament. You got to be playing. No, Ace, not you. Because I assume you'll play for your team. I mean, if you don't play this year, then yeah, you won't get to play next year.
The ACL will be fine. It's not that like people who just haven't had a chance. I mean, Vichy has also showed in the past that he can show up for tournaments. It's people that have signed up and played. It is fine.
All right. Any other questions that people would like to ask? I guess one thing we can touch on, coaches aren't really necessarily a thing. I think that was talked about in suggestions at a pretty significant length, at least not this year.
I don't think we have the player base for it. It's maybe something we could craft out in the future, but at the moment, I think it's just a bit tricky. The problem is, if someone's generally good enough to be a coach, they're generally going to be playing. There are a few exceptions, but there's just not enough for an entire major tournament.
Yeah, the Smiths and the Rawls, unfortunately, are in short supply. If they were not, we would be more willing and open for that. Looks like we're mostly done. I'm not seeing any questions. I already have At as my coach. Who is At?
Don't know.
Okay,
I think there wasn't the guy on the GameSpy leaderboards who was number one. His name was like Dash at Dash. That's
maybe
a throwback.
I was a Jedi player who didn't care about leaderboards, so.
If you ever checked the GameSpy leaderboards, I'm pretty sure there was some guy named Dash at Dash who like hacked it or something and was number one.
Is there any ballsy predictions for this year? Anybody got anything to throw out there?
Ace is going to win the major.
Damn, there's one. It's pretty ballsy.
Ace is going to ban KEKW every time because he has an NG team.
Doves loses. I don't know if that's ballsy.
I don't think me losing is a ballsy thing. I haven't won a tournament on Steam.
Aditya will be in finals again, most likely. I could see that happening. Sev will sign up. That's kind of ballsy. One team will be really bad. Huh.
If we had Sev Stud Ace, I'll sign up. That'd be pretty punk.
SHJCP making a comeback. I'm Silver One. Can I have first or second pick in the draft ticket? Probably not, Bester. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Finals on Spy. No. Oh, Kevin's in chat.
Spy is something we've talked about a few times, but as of now, we don't have any plans for it.
Primary issue, I think, that can always be brought up is splintering the player base. We can't really do that. I become a captain and refuse to pick one anyway, and win all my matches. That's a pretty ballsy prediction, yes, Clone.
Clone in the chat. Welcome, Clone. Clone, any predictions on when you're going to return to our great community? Twitch chat does not count, of course. When is Clone's next scrim? That's what I want to know. Damn.
When doves leave, woof.
Damn, that's kind of toxic.
ISO knows when Clone's next scrim is.
ISO knows everything, bro.
Grinding on airfrag
what
training.
What are the chances of Team Minnesota?
So ISO, Clone, Aditya.
Scout, Aditya captain, Clone first pick, and then Scout and ISO in the next 2 rounds.
Bishy's honorable because he's in Wisconsin. I could be on that team 2 years ago. Can we remove Vishy's mod and ban him? I'm going to need some concrete evidence on why I need to do that. If you send me proof in DMs, I will do just that.
Do we really need a reason to ban Vishy?
I do.
Let's just do it already.
Vishy's the homie. I can't remove him. How many players on the team? 5. Yes, it will still be 5 players per team. I guess to touch on numbers just a little bit, we will ideally have 8 teams. We can obviously go above that. But that is the goal. But honestly, any number works. Goal is, I mean, it would be nice to have at least 6. If we get below 6, might get a little sad. That's 25 players. But because he just showed... Fair enough. I have received proof.
Thank God.
You play in Major. Are you asking if I'm going to play? Oh, you're asking Runaway. Yeah, that's Cap. Kevin's not going to play.
If Kevin signs up for the major, I will eat my shoe on stream. He has to actually commit to the sign up too. He can't just sign up and then back out.
Yeah, nah.
Gotta close that loophole.
Gotta close that loop. Yeah, he just joins the Discord, signs up, leaves. Well, you gotta eat your shoe. What type of shoe?
So it's just a running shoe. Nike.
Steel toe, please no. Shoes taste good. How in the world would you know something like that?
Jay.
Okay, here's a question. How long does it take to see Hardpoint, and will we see Hardpoint?
I think we'll see Hardpoint pretty quickly. I just think it's a mode that people are going to want to try out at least, especially in group stage where you have decent amount of matches to play. I think it's a good mode for solo carries. Like I saw Sev just pop off in the Hardpoint scrim the other day, or not the other day, but maybe like 2 weekends ago. So it can be good modes for players like that who just have really frag heavy teams. Yeah, I think we'll see it pretty soon.
Okay. Yeah, look out for signups this weekend, guys. For those that were not here at the beginning or did not hear that, signups this weekend ideally start probably the first weekend of June with draft. Prize pool, hello. We've already stated this. If people have enough backing for it and want to donate, we were not opposed to a prize pool. It's also super late for that. Can't wait to see who drafts Linus. Oh, baby. That's a ballsy one. Who's going to draft Linus?
Telling Mike, whoever picks me, I'm telling him pick Linus next, or else I'm throwing.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Linus. Actually, we just need me, Linus, and Baron.
Yeah, you guys could run PD back.
PD back, but with Linus this time?
Yeah, so PL.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, okay.
Bold prediction: Legitosity will not sign up for this major.
I don't even know if that's that bold at this point.
All right, here's an interesting prediction for you. Ryan has won 2 majors now. Is he going for the third? Who's going to make 3 majors first, Ryan or Adia?
Spit.
Will either of them make 3 majors, and who will do it first?
Has Ryan won 2?
Well, the Battlefront Hub major.
Oh. Yeah, I think if we're talking solely BCL, the only person close to that is Adia. Everybody, I might not play. Okay. Spitz, we're going to probably pull it first. We'll put up a poll for it. And I think it's literally just hashtag polls under a community. Make sure there's interest for it. If there is, then we'll announce it and give a PayPal link, basically. BFH doesn't count. That's kind of rude. USA was nice. I might not sign up if that's the case. Okay, so you can't draft Linus. I guess he's going to avoid drafting you.
Damn. That toxic. Baron Red, you don't want to run PD back?
Will Svenny sign up?
Svenny, he usually comes around. I could see Svenny signing up. I could also see him not signing up. Svenny's a league or a Star Wars Lego gamer, bro.
When is the major going to happen? Signups start the last week of May, or not the last week of May. The signups start this weekend, ideally, as long as a couple things get ironed out, and then draft will be the last weekend of May or the first weekend of June. So yeah, it'll start at the end of this week, basically. BFH tournaments count as major, so it was the tournament I won with 7 Fluffy. I mean, technically, your tournament does count because it was BCL, quote unquote.
Wasn't that a class-specific major or tournament?
No, it was 1 spec. I think. It wasn't class specific, I know that much, but I think it was 1 spec. Can you clear 3v3 queue? That's an interesting request. Sure.
Was there a pre-2019? There wasn't a pre-2019 1 spec BCL major, though, was there?
Pre-2019 1 spec BCL? Not BCL specific, it was in Vorpal. It's called Winter Draft.
Oh, okay. And that was just 1 spec draft? Nice, okay.
One of the most broken trades happened in that one. It was more broken than Summon Fighters getting nils.
Nice.
How is scoring done?
It's going to be how it currently is in rank scrims.
Hardpoint will count as maps. So the only time it's ever flags is if it's double CTF. And tiebreaker. Ace had a question for you.
Did he?
Yep.
What chances? Pretty much zero, Ace. I don't think we're going to be playing together.
How is the OT format? The OT format is the exact same as it always has been. 10-minute CTF. Play both sides designated eras. Yep. There was talk of making this a best of 3 modes, basically, where you would remove the problem of the best of 4, but that would require a lot of more fleshing out. Probably something we will try for winter, maybe, depending on what we do for winter.
We would need more hardpoint maps for that.
True.
Or else you'd be seeing, Coruscant and Mustafar hardpoint in every single match.
11 will sign up for. That's a bold prediction. I haven't seen 11 in a while.
Yeah, I don't think he will. He didn't even sign up for the EU tournament.
Yeah.
I do like playing with 11 though. He's a nutty sniper. But yeah, I would be very surprised if he signs up. And Stevo's definitely not signing up.
Yeah, I think Stevo's done with anything NYC.
And 44. Will Che sign up though? That's the real question.
Are you aiming? Like I said, 8 teams would be ideal. I mean, we could go with something as small as 6, but ideally
8
no.
10, yeah.
But ideally 8 to 10.
We will not be doing Swiss system either.
Perfect round robin. Perfect standard round robin.
Well, Swiss system has its benefits. I think for a major like this, we just wouldn't want to do it with 2 teams only playing 3 matches in group stage.
Create prize pool, and it will be 24 teams. We'll probably do a prize pool. At least we'll try to. Just depends on how much you get. I think Does touched on it earlier. If you're not just giving the prize pool to the top team, then you need a pretty significant amount to make it worth anybody's time. But we'll see what happens. We can probably create a link for it. If we get enough, we'll go with it. If not, we can refund people. San Francisco
I
team.
think prize pool honestly works better for like the 3v3 league, but generally the problem with that is it's like 1 or 2 teams that kind of have a chance.
Yeah.
1 to 3 usually.
Good point, Spitz. Good point. Will there be any kind of rules enforcing teams to use all other players in the regular system? Probably not. What would be a minimum for the prize pool? That's a good question. Let's see. There's 5 players to a team. I would say something that you could. That's a hard one to come across. So you probably would want at least, let's say, $20 per player for the top team, and then you gotta somehow break that down for the next 2 teams. We'll say the top 3 get prize pool.
I'd probably say we just have to cut off giving not top team prize pool. I don't think we have enough unless we got some serious donations. I think you just spread it out too much.
Yeah, but it does. It just depends on the money, to be honest.
And maybe Kimo with his new lawyer job. Well, he doesn't have a lawyer job yet.
They'll probably just
He's
throw
about to
money
get
at
a
us.
nice fancy lawyer job, yeah. Crew can donate his new job signing bonus to the prize pool. If you don't donate your signing bonus to the prize pool, Crew, you can't play. But if your team wins, we'll give it all back to you. How about that?
Crude and Kimo are going to buy the game from as much as that would be amazing. I don't know if they'll actually do that. If I update KEKW, will the update have to be tested? Yes, it will have to be tested.
I mean, I think it kind of depends on what.
Well, yeah, I guess so. If
you put in a very small change, I think it'll be okay.
But if it's significant, yeah, we're going to have to test it.
You don't even have the most recent source files, though, bro. So.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get
those
from
You
those.
mean if I update KEKW, Ace?
I think Ice has a decent that's still pretty high end, but Ice does have kind of a. We could probably make it work to give you a very small bar park 500, but that's low end.
I think 500 would be fine.
We could probably split that from the top 3 teams. I want an MP3 player in the past, please match.
If we did do top 3 teams, then we need to have a 3rd place match.
We can definitely
something we have not done.
That's true. We can definitely. Well, no, because of the way losers bracket works. Because so if you make it to losers finals and you lose, you're 3rd.
Oh yeah.
Can you publish matches? Yeah, we can start publishing matches. Announcing the winning team wouldn't be difficult. We could probably do that.
The problem I would see with announcing the winning team is if people want to watch it spoiler free.
Good point. Maybe we could put it in spoiler and publish it.
Yeah.
You never received it? Damn, ripped off. Will there be a fantasy league? That's a Dubs and Vichy question, but I imagine they will be.
There will definitely be a fantasy league for this. I think Vichy's been trying to theory craft some new ideas for it. There'll probably be the same budget draft. Maybe an auction fantasy we could do too. I think that kind of requires everybody to be on time at the same time, though, which is a bit tricky in this community. But yeah, there will definitely be a fantasy. Maybe we'd have more than one style of fantasy, but for now, we'll for sure have the budget draft. That's all I can say about it so far.
I volunteer as tribute. Picking Baron the Red. Inflex already put in stock in Baron.
All right, Inflex is throwing.
All right, we've been live for just over an hour. If anybody's got any other questions, feel free to throw it at us. If not, we'll probably end around here. An entire tourney in California. LAN? I mean, you'd have to. If you're talking prize pool, that would be even more significant amount of money. If we can make that money happen, I'm not opposed to a LAN.
Here's the question: will Widowmaker sign up for this tournament? I don't think he will, but it would be really cool to see him play.
I could see it either way type thing. He seems to only be on weekends though, which would be kind of difficult.
Yeah, the thing with Widow is he's just one of the nicest guys in the community. I've personally never heard him flame or rage or anything, so that's not something I can say about pretty much anybody else in the community.
True.
It'd be great to get a guy like Widow playing.
Draft will likely happen either the middle week of May or the last week of May. The first week of matches would be almost immediately after draft. Bleh.
Your schedule last time was fine, Raw. I mean, it's always going to be tough when we have California players and West Coast, but as long as you're not like booked every single weekend, then it's usually you can find time to play a match.
Hello, Trinity.
And it's kind of up to the captains if they want to draft a player from the West Coast and a player from Europe. Something that you have to be careful for.
I never flame a rage, but I guess to leave off, there will be a major hype video. Just wasn't ready for this. This was kind of I wanted to do this actually during this last weekend, but we had some stuff to iron out, so we kind of got it done on a Monday instead.
What are the chances we get a modding team? J-Man captain, me first pick, Nevrier later in the team.
So you completely skipped over Smith.
Well, Smith's not gonna play. Right?
Maybe not.
I'd be very surprised if Smith signs up.
Who would you include as your fourth?
I guess Londo.
There you go.
Ace even? Well, there's no way it would be with Ace, but
yeah, that would be kind of.
Some other modders in the community.
I pick Clone over Doves. WTF? And this is why J-Man won't be captain this year.
I think a lot of people would pick Clone over me.
No, you cannot submit your 95 Air Knights. It'll be pretty much specific to tournaments that have happened.
You can rename your Twitch to BCL SWBF2 number 2.
Number 2.
Just stream your Airnade frag show all day on there. Just running on loop.
Pictures have showed up. State of the Front is a talk show where we talk about things related to the BCL, in this case, the 2022 Major. We missed about roughly an hour of it. Use my interna as the full No, I cannot. If you're playing, I might use it. Although it won't be on picks and bans. With ads too, yeah. I mean, to be fair, we get money from the ads, so I can't complain to Twitch about it too much. Use an ad block, bro. Wonder if you get banned for saying that on stream. But alright, I think we'll end it there, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in. The VOD will be linked in announcements, or, well, maybe not even announcements. I might go ahead and create a category placeholder for when we decide to fully unveil everything for the Major. And yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. This show, I hope, will run a couple times more, maybe even a few times more during the tournament. And we can bring other people on to talk about stuff.
Oh, I think I just want to reiterate, if you are interested in being a captain, we would hugely appreciate it to get more people interested in that. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to DM an admin or a tournament organizer. We will help you guys out with anything that you need help with. It's great to have more people interested in being captains. It's something we've kind of struggled with in the past, but if you have any questions, please just feel free to ask.
Yeah, and I think also to leave off again, if you're interested in being an analyst that comes on before matches start, you're all welcome to DM about that too. But again, I will reiterate, if you don't know what you're doing or you're trolling, you're not going to be on for more than one. But yeah, if you guys want to keep up with everything, watch the VOD back for those that joined late, and there will be a short summary posted in that placeholder. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.